Friend, let me ask you something that most people avoid because it's too uncomfortable to face. When that alarm goes off in the morning, when your eyes open and the light hits your room, what are you waking up for? Don't rush to answer. Don't give me the usual lies. Don't say, I'm waking up for work, or I'm waking up for my family, or I'm waking up because I have to. No, what are you truly waking up for? What's the reason you drag your tired body out of that bed every morning? What's that burning reason that makes your soul come alive, or are you just existing, letting life slip through your fingers like sand? Because most people aren't living, brother. They're surviving. And that's where the death of purpose being. Friend, let's talk about something most people run away from: the cold, brutal truth about your mornings. The moment that alarm rings, life gives you a choice: rise or remain. And every single day, most people choose to remain. They hit snooze, they roll over, they choose comfort over conquest. They start the day losing the first battle they face, the battle with themselves. The day hasn't even begun, and they've already surrendered. You see, every morning isn't just another sunrise. It's a question from life asking, what are you going to do today that brings you closer to the person you claim you want to be? But most people don't answer. They scroll, they yawn, they complain, and they start another day of mediocrity. You say you want success. You say you want peace. You say you want to be respected. But how can you demand greatness when you can't even conquer your own morning? You let laziness control the first hour of your day, and then you wonder why you feel lost, why nothing changes, why every day feels the same. The truth is simple. If you can't win the morning, you won't win the day. That's not motivational fluff, it's a fact. The world belongs to those who show up before it wakes. The world belongs to the one who opens his eyes, feels the weight of life pressing down on him, and still says, I'm getting up anyway. Every time you hit that snooze button, you're not just delaying your wake-up. You're delaying your purpose. You're telling yourself your dreams can wait, your goals can wait, your discipline can wait, but time doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. Life doesn't pause for your excuses. Every second you waste in bed is a second someone else is using to build what you're only dreaming about. Somewhere, right now, while you're hesitating, someone else is grinding. Someone else is running. Someone else is becoming the person you pretend to be. And when you wake up late, rushing through your morning, stressed, tired, unprepared, you've already told the universe that you're not ready. You've started your day reacting instead of creating. That's the difference between average and unstoppable. The average man wakes up when he has to. The winner wakes up because he wants to. The average man dreads the day. The winner designs it. So ask yourself right now, are you living with intention or just existence? When you wake up, are you chasing your vision or escaping your reality? Tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone, before you even move, look at the ceiling and ask yourself, what am I waking up for? Because if you don't have a reason, if you don't have fire, then no motivation, no quote, no video will ever save you. You must become your own alarm clock, your own reason to rise. The truth about your mornings is this: how you start defines how you live. Win your morning, and the world has no choice but to bow to your will. Comfort, the silent killer of ambition, the invisible poison that tastes sweet but destroys everything inside you. You think being comfortable means you're happy, but deep down, you know it's a lie. Comfort is not peace, it's paralysis. It's the slow death of everything great you could have been. You wake up in a warm bed, wrapped in softness, scrolling on your phone, chasing dopamine hits from meaningless notifications, and then you wonder why your life feels empty. You wonder why you've lost that spark, that hunger, that fire you once had. It's because comfort has replaced challenge, laziness has replaced drive, distraction has replaced discipline. Look around. The world is full of people who are comfortable but miserable. They have a job that pays just enough to survive, a routine that keeps them numb, and a dream they gave up on years ago. They traded passion for safety. They traded purpose for predictability, and that's the saddest trade anyone can ever make. Because the truth is, comfort is never the goal, it's the trap. Every time you choose comfort, you teach your body to settle, you teach your mind to quit, you teach your soul to shrink. The very things that make you feel good in the moment are the same things that kill your greatness in the long run. The most dangerous place a man can be is comfortable, because when you're comfortable, you stop growing. Growth requires pain. Progress requires sacrifice. Change requires discomfort. The body that never sweats gets weak. The mind that never struggles becomes soft. The heart that never breaks loses its depth. You want strength. You want success. You want power. Then step out of the comfort zone that's been killing you slowly. Every great person you admire once made a decision to suffer a little more than others, to wake up earlier, to work harder, to face fear, to take risks. They understood something most people never do. Comfort never made anyone legendary. The problem with this generation is they confuse happiness with comfort. They think if they're not struggling, they're winning. But life doesn't work like that. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're not scared of your goals, they're too small. If you're not failing, you're not trying. Comfort whispers, you're fine, when in reality, you're wasting your potential. It tricks you into thinking you have time. It makes you believe tomorrow will be different when tomorrow is built from today's actions. You need to get uncomfortable. You need to do the things you hate to get the results you love. Wake up earlier than you want. Train harder than you feel like. Work longer than you think you can. Discipline yourself until comfort becomes your enemy. Because once you learn to reject comfort, once you embrace pain as your partner, life starts to reward you. You stop surviving and you start living. You stop existing and you start evolving. Comfort is killing your soul, my friend, but pain, it's the medicine that brings it back to life. Every single person says they want to be successful, but very few mean it. Everyone talks about goals, dreams, and ambitions, but when life hits them hard, they fold. Do you know why? Because their why is weak. Their purpose is built on emotions, not on conviction. They want success until it requires sacrifice. They want change until it demands discipline. They want results, but they refuse to bleed for them. The truth is, if your why isn't powerful enough, every little obstacle will destroy you. Your why is the engine that keeps you moving when everything else shuts down. Without it, you're just drifting through life, fameless, weak, and lost. You say you're tired. You say you're stressed. You say you can't do it anymore. But tired of what? Tired of the same routine you created by your own inaction. Stressed about a life that you're not even fighting to change. You think your excuses make you special, but they don't. Everyone has problems. Everyone has pain. The difference between the ones who rise and the ones who remain is that winners use their pain as fuel, while losers use it as a reason to stop. You either find a reason to move forward, or you find an excuse to stay where you are, and that decision defines your entire life. When you truly know your why, you become dangerous. When your reason is deep enough, you don't need motivation. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need anyone to believe in you, because your reason gives you power. It gives you strength when your body screams to quit. It gives you vision when the world blinds you with doubt. It gives you courage when fear tries to break you. The man who knows why he's fighting can endure any pain. That's what separates the unstoppable from the average. Think about the people who truly make it. The athletes, the entrepreneurs, the fighters, the dreamers who turned nothing into everything. They all had a why that burned inside them. Some did it for their family. Some did it to escape poverty. Some did it to prove the world wrong. Their reasons were so strong that failure wasn't an option. It was just another step on the way to victory. When your why becomes bigger than your excuses, no challenge can stop you. So ask yourself, what's your why? What's that one thing you want so badly that you'd go through hell to get it? If you can't answer that question with fire in your eyes, you don't want it enough. Your why has to make you emotional. It has to make you uncomfortable. It has to keep you awake at night. Because if it doesn't, you'll always find a reason to give up. Build a why that makes your excuses irrelevant. Build a reason so powerful that quitting feels like betrayal, because once your why becomes your heartbeat, no setback, no failure, no pain can silence it. You'll keep moving until you win time. The one thing you can never buy back, the one resource every human is slowly running out of, yet the one thing people waste like it's unlimited. Every second that passes is a piece of your life gone forever, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. You think you have time, you think you can start next week, next month, next year, but those tomorrows turn into regret. One day you'll wake up and realize the future you dreamed of has become the past you wasted. You'll look in the mirror and see a reflection that could have been more, could have done more, could have become more, but chose not to. That's the real fear, not death, but dying without ever having lived. Every sunrise is a countdown. You're not getting younger, you're not getting stronger by doing nothing. Life is not waiting for you to feel ready. The clock keeps ticking whether you move or not. Every moment you procrastinate, someone else is putting in the work you refuse to do. Someone out there is taking the opportunity you keep ignoring. Someone is building the life you keep talking about. You keep saying, one day I'll do it. But one day never comes for people who keep sleeping through their destiny. You think you're safe because you have time, but time is the most deceptive thing in the world. It slips away silently. You want to know what separates winners from losers. It's not intelligence, not talent, not luck. It's urgency. The winners live like every day might be their last chance to prove themselves. They move with intensity. They live with pressure. They understand that time doesn't forgive laziness. But most people move like they have forever, slow, distracted, careless. They don't feel the weight of every second slipping through their fingers. That's why they stay average. That's why their dreams die before they even begin. Think about this. The person you could become, the stronger, sharper, more disciplined version of you, is waiting, but he's running out of time too. Every day you don't act, that version of you drifts further away. Every excuse, every delay, every wasted hour builds a wall between who you are and who you could be. You'll never get those hours back. You'll never get that youth, that energy, that chance again. The clock is your enemy, but it can also be your greatest weapon if you learn to respect it. So stop wasting time. Stop waiting for permission. Stop living like you have another lifetime to make it right. You don't. The truth is, your time is ticking away right now as you read this. What you do with the next minute, the next hour, the next day will define the rest of your life. You either control time or time controls you. Every morning you wake up, you're one step closer to the end. So make every second count. Act like your life depends on it, because it does. There's a reason why so many people wake up every morning feeling empty. They open their eyes, stare at the ceiling, and feel nothing, no excitement, no purpose, no drive. They move through the day like ghosts, existing instead of living. Do you know why? Because they've built a life that doesn't inspire them. They've created a reality that doesn't make them proud to wake up. You see, life isn't just about surviving, it's about designing something that fuels you, something that makes you grateful for another sunrise. If you're not waking up with energy, it's because you've built a life that drains you instead of igniting you. You need to stop living for the weekend. You need to stop waiting for vacations to feel alive. You need to build a life that excites you every single day. A life that makes you want to jump out of bed, not hide under the blanket. That kind of life doesn't just happen, it's created, it's earned. It's forged through decisions, discipline, and vision. You can't keep complaining about the life you have while doing nothing to change it. If your mornings feel meaningless, it's a message, a warning that your soul is starving for purpose. The truth is, no one's going to build that life for you. No one's going to hand you peace, success, or pride. You have to fight for it. You have to wake up and create something worth living for. Maybe it's your dream business, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your family, maybe it's the legacy you want to leave behind, whatever it is. It has to be powerful enough to make you proud of the person you're becoming. Because when you live a life you're proud of, every morning feels like a gift, not a chore. Start by changing the small things. Wake up earlier, make your bed, train your body, learn something new, push yourself past your comfort zone. Every small victory builds momentum. Every bit of progress builds pride, and that pride becomes your fuel. That's how you start building a life that excites you. You don't need to be rich or famous to be proud of your life. You just need to be in control. You need to wake up knowing you're not wasting your potential. You need to look in the mirror and feel respect for the person staring back. Because here's the truth, happiness isn't about having everything. It's about becoming everything you're capable of being. When you live with purpose, even pain feels valuable. Even struggle feels beautiful. That's when you stop running from your mornings and start running toward them. Build a life that makes you proud to wake up, a life that doesn't need escape, a life that feels like a mission. Because when you do that, you won't need motivation anymore. You'll wake up with gratitude, passion, and power, not because you have to, but because you get to. So, my friend, now that you've heard all of this, look at yourself, look at your life, look at the way you wake up, the way you move, the way you exist. Ask yourself, are you really living, or are you just breathing? Because life isn't about existing through routines, dragging yourself from one day to another, waiting for something magical to happen. Life is about taking control. It's about waking up with purpose, with hunger, with gratitude, with the mindset of a warrior ready to win another battle. Every morning is a new chance, a clean page for your story. You can either keep rewriting the same chapter of excuses and wasted time, or you can finally start writing the story you were meant to live. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Don't wait for motivation. It fades. Don't wait for someone to save you. No one's coming. You are the hero of your own life, and heroes are built through pain, persistence, and purpose. You need to wake up and remind yourself you only get one shot at this life. One. There are no do-overs, no rewinds, no guarantees. Every sunrise you waste brings you one step closer to your final sunset. So stop sleeping through your destiny. Stop living like you have forever. The world is waiting for your greatness, but it won't wait forever. Wake up with fire in your chest and a mission in your mind. Wake up and chase the life that makes your heart race. Wake up and become the person you were born to be. Because when your purpose becomes stronger than your excuses, your life changes forever. So I'll ask you one last time, what are you waking up for?